Hey, Garage Logic fans, Mishki here, slipping in ever so briefly to mention that I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday and every Friday, twice a week now. The show is pretty much about everything you care about and are interested in and need in your life and want to know more about. I tailored the darn thing specifically to your liking. I tailored it to your loves, to your true passions. That took a long time. I'm spent. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely wasted.
Before you and I partnered up, and there was any sports talk show, you were doing North Star Confidential, right? That's what launched 1,000 ships here, right?
Yes.
North Star Confidential was the first thing. Then
Tonight's game is at 7 p.m.
and then they had, I got to say, Kenny, wouldn't you? Is Kenny still there?
No, the boys are gone.
One of the guys from the early morning show with all this is to drift off a little from where we're going, but will always agree with me that in honor of North Star Confidential, we had Chad Courier do Cato Confidential during training camp, he was a reporter down there, a friend of mine. And basically you'd say, yeah, what's going on down there? What do you expect to see? Not much. I don't know. Cato Confidential was fantastic because we really never gave you any information that you didn't already have. Anyway. So today I get here at 105. It's a gorgeous day out there.
Beautiful
nice
out.
And sunny, cool, perfect fair day.
Yep.
You would have had a mob out there today, but that's fine. I think we'd all rather be here. But I'm sitting out there looking at my phone, but I am acquired, attired in a kind of a fairly old pair of jeans and a T-shirt, right?
Well, and it's kind of a dark green
T-shirt, like a farmer's T-shirt.
Yeah,
it is. It's not a sporty T-shirt by any means.
It's a Royce shirt.
It's not fashionable.
And I was out there maybe 7-8 minutes looking at it. In fact, I just got done looking at looking at the phone to make sure that it wasn't like 125 or anything. I thought it was maybe 121. It was 121. And a lady sticks her head out the door.
Right, front door.
And said, and there's a sign there says, these tables are for Hubbard employees only, right? So,
you're right off the front yard.
She sticks her head out there and says, sir, do you have a friend, or are you here for some reason with Hubbard Broadcasting? And I said... Yes, I am. I'm here to be on the show with Joe. And she said,
who's he?
She didn't say who Joe. She must not have understood what I said. But,
I don't think she would have known Joe.
No, but I convinced her not to call the gendarmes and have me hauled away for squatting on the Hubbard bench. Oh. But it was... another indication that the ship has sailed.
You think so?
Anyway, yeah, right. Yeah. It was.
So we could have turned on that gal, what we always do with Joe, when one of us will bring up a random Hubbard Broadcasting employee. Joe, for $1 million, who's so-and-so?
I should have said, who are you? Come on out here. Let's see your credentials. Yeah. I can show you my little badge to get in. I took it in the embarrassment that it was intended with, so anyway.
Do you know that on this day in history, Pat?
Yes.
August 25th.
Yes.
1970, you reminded me of this.
Yes.
When I read the Met Stadium had a bomb threat. Mm-hmm. And I think Bob Casey, rookie's not here, he could do it. I think Bob Casey said, ladies and gentlemen, don't panic, but there's an explosion.
No.
Something like that.
We actually remember someone once sent us in, and they had Casey's from the WCCO broadcast. They had Casey making the announcement in the background as they were doing the game. And I was there, as I always remember it was, Ladies and gentlemen, please. The mistake was they left Case to his own devices.
Right.
Nobody wrote a script because he was the PA announcer with a tangled tongue, which is not always the best. But ladies and gentlemen, please do not panic. But we have been informed by the Bloomington Police Department there will be an explosion in 15 minutes. Heavy emphasis on explosion.
And is it true that Mitterwald took off across the parking lot?
He ended up. He was in the Uni drinking at the Thunderbird. Right. Well, that day, some gal down in St. Paul, Dayton's opened up.
There was a bomb in Dayton.
She lost a arm or hand or something. Yeah. There were bombs.
There was a legitimate threat. Sure.
Yeah, there were bombs going
and
around.
This was a day game.
Yeah. No, night game. It
was a night game?
Yes, it was a night game. Yep. It was but the explosion at Dayton's was at noon.
That was during the day.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the gal was working downtown and like people used to do, shopping over the noon hour or something.
You said 1970, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It was 1970. Yeah. And,
did the game ever resume?
I was just going to pull up the box score from that game.
I don't believe we did.
And it turned out to be a false alarm, fortunately.
Yes. Somebody just called it in.
The Twins.
Maybe they did resume. I don't know.
It says the Twins lost to the Red Sox 1-0.
Okay.
On August 25th of 1970. Okay. And I'm looking at the box score. Ken Brett pitched 4 innings. Vincent Romo pitched 4, and Gary Wade.
What about the length of game?
Let me see if I can find that for you.
They might have called it a bomb delay.
Bill Zepp went 7 innings for the locals.
Michigan.
Give me a second here. I'm trying to find the box score.
Well, maybe they don't give you time of game.
Here we go. I got a baseball reference. Game duration was 2 hours and 58 minutes. The attendance was 17,697. It was a night game.
That's right. That was a winning team. That was a good team. Yeah, it was a night game.
They were in the AL playoffs.
I was not a beat writer then, but I think the St. Paul paper in the summer would have somebody go out there and help the beat guy by doing the afternoon stories. But I was there when Case had his moment of glory. It was one of many moments of glory. I think his best. That was his best because the emphasis on explosion. But I think when the first batter of the year was Amos Otis, and for Kansas City, and he announced Otis Nixon, and then he said, "Excuse me, Amos Nixon," or something like that. I don't know, but he never did get Amos Otis right. He missed it. I think that it was one of those. That was in the Metrodome, though. I think that was the time that they honored him before the game. And it was kind of we're winding her down here, Bob. It was a strong hint that they were going to replace him, but he was back the next year. They had to come to, but you couldn't use sideways information with Bob. You had to go straight to him, and they really didn't tell him that they were going to fire him. So, anyway.
Did you watch any golf?
I got to see the end. Yes, it was. I was running around. There's Youngblood and Zagota had a little. They both took the buyout and had a little, blowout, kind of a going away party for both of them, out at Kent's place, out in Wisconsin countryside. But so I only got to see a little bit of it. But way to go, Tommy! I say, way to go.
Can I go back really quick? Because Stu Thornley actually did a piece about this. I've got your details. The game started at 8:00 p.m. that night.
Wonder why? Maybe the bomb threat was before the game.
No, someone called the Bloomington police at 8:30 and said a bomb would explode at 9:30. The call was traced to a phone booth on the first deck of Metropolitan Stadium. Police and Twins officials began searching the stadium and made the decision to stop the game at 9:15 p.m. and clear people out. The crowd of slightly fewer than 18,000.
Until 15 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, let's get a couple more innings in, maybe sell a few more beers.
Yeah.
The crowd of slightly fewer than 18,000 began heading towards the parking lot. The players went onto the field, presumably a safe place from an explosion. At least one player opted for the parking lot, Bill Zepp. Zepp, in an interview 40 years later with the Twins historian John Swoll, said that he recalled seeing owner Calvin Griffith in the dugout. This was unheard of, Zepp said, adding that Griffin began talking to manager Bill Rigney. He soon understood the reason when the announcements were made. Rather than join the other players in the field, he waited out the delay in his car. I didn't run, but I walked briskly to get to a dry shirt and go to the parking lot, he said. So there was...
there was... I thought George went over and
I did too.
Yeah, might have. Anyway,
so there you go.
So how it doesn't say how long the delay was.
It does. It said at 9:45 the all clear was given and fans were allowed back into the stands.
Okay, so
many who had gone to the parking lot had already departed.
We got that one over a little late then, and plus they played 3 hours.
So
maybe the 2:58 includes a delay or something.
It says the game did resume a few minutes before 10 p.m.
Wow. Okay. Twins took a 1-0 loss, huh?
Yep.
Who pitched for the Red Sox?
Brett. Ken Brett.
Kenny Brett. Okay.
Is that George's brother?
Yep. Lefty.
This Cantlay, I'd put the clock on him from the time he gets up in the morning.
Yeah,
he's
slow.
a pain in the ass.
He is slow, isn't he?
They were 2 holes behind.
Really?
They were the last twosome, so
Maybe he was trying to get Tommy rattled, huh?
I started counting what he did. He looks, when he was over a putt, he looks at the hole 8 times, 8 different times.
He, the last 3 years he hadn't done anything either. Right? He's been terrible. But this Fleetwood had a great year. It's unbelievable.
Oh, he's made a lot of money. He just doesn't win.
How many chances he had to win were fantastic. He's
Now,
had a great year.
he's 34, and so I'm thinking, well, we're going to see the wife run out and the kids and all that.
None of them?
This big guy came out and hugged him, taller than Tommy, and the announcer said, "Oh, that's Tommy's stepson."
Stepson?
Stepson.
Then he's a big guy?
Yeah, and I'm looking at the stepson. I'm thinking, how the hell old is the stepson? They're only to read in the Daily Mail today.
Yes.
Tommy's 34. The wife's almost 60.
Really?
Yes.
That's
And they
weird.
have their own child, one, Frankie, but he has these 2 stepsons.
That's
But the
you
wife...
see a lot of golfers where there's an age separation.
It's usually the other way.
Yeah, but it's not the flippo. But
no,
good
here,
for Tommy.
Well, but this one stepson was the only family member there because Mrs. Fleetwood, Claire is her name, she won't go anymore because she's disturbed by the age difference.
Oh, because people commenting on it.
She and Tommy are cool with it, but she doesn't like the vibe she gets, and so they live in the United Arab Emirates.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's we did. I'm sure the London papers spent a lot of time writing about this in the past.
Oh, I
probably.
suppose, but I had no idea.
No, that's you don't see that every day.
There's nowhere to go with that except holy mackerel.
Yeah, holy moly, Rocky! But it is.
She's
funny.
also his manager.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
how they met.
I'm sorry.
But
What's her age? I said she's near 60.
They are 23 years apart, and he is 34.
So she's 57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny though. If it was the other way around, nobody think much of it, right?
They'd fit right in.
That's
Is this his first marriage?
I believe it's his first and her second.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not his kid.
No.
The big one.
They only got one kid, the little guy, Frankie. He's about 7 or 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So she came through with the kid in her late 40s then.
I guess so.
Really.
You're
Frankie
right. If
doesn't-
that was the other way around, it wouldn't be mentioned.
Well, I always said that I love senior golf because you'd read the bio and it would say, Bill has 4 children, 32, 28, 4, and 2.
Yeah.
Because when they started making a lot of money and they'd already been divorced because You end up on the senior tour because your career went to hell, and then the last 10 years you've tried to play enough to stay fairly sharp for when you turn 50, right?
Yeah, but the contradiction to that is Belichick.
Yeah,
nobody can stop talking about that.
No, because it's 50
Because she's 9 and he's 100, right.
Football is finally back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Play with as little as $1, and you just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, and lots more. This year, I'll probably stick with some of my favorite players like Josh Jacobs of the Packers. He helped me win money last year by usually going higher on yards rushing. I'll be looking for him to again go higher on rushing yards. It's easy to pick, and it makes watching the games that much more fun. Download the app today and sign up with promo code GARAGE to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Promo code GARAGE. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
So Shelby Swanson, who was our intern this year and is a character, Shelby, that's her name as a woman.
At the paper.
As a woman. She was the intern. She's back in Raleigh now.
Is that Horrible or is that a Southern name?
No, I don't. She's great. But North Carolina grad, and we became semi-buddies because I think she's great. And but she asks endless questions when she's interviewing people, and so I can look. And she's on the Belichick beat. She covers North Carolina when she's back in Raleigh now because she was already hired by Raleigh. She spent the summer here and started work with them like last week. And I said, and she called me today to say she hasn't had her first showdown with Belichick, but it's upcoming because I keep telling her, Belichick has finally met his match because you won't take all those shrugged off answers that everybody else.
What the hell's the name of the Raleigh newspaper?
News Observer.
The what?
News Observer.
The Raleigh News Observer.
Yeah. They now have 4 sports writers and a boss.
That's it.
Yeah.
Boy, they got so many major colleges.
She has the North Carolina beat, and then everything else she can cover. They have another guy that covers Duke, and another guy that covers North Carolina State.
So they got a hockey guy?
Then they have a guy. One of those college guys also covers hockey. And then I think they have a sports editor who's also the desk, So
what the hell? Do they got a building? I bet they got a building.
They got a building.
Yeah.
I think they do have a building. Yeah, it's.
How many on your sports staff?
Oh God, I don't know. Quite a bit. I think you got 6 or 7. But you get as much production. You got 3 or 4 guys that give you as much production as other places might. So I don't know how many we got. We got the varsity thing going though. We're big on.
I don't know what that is.
High schools.
No, I understand that part, but is it a podcast or
no? It's basically a separate online website.
It's online only
to the
though.
Star Tribune.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean there's once in a while something will be printed that got a little tag that says varsity on it, but. Varsity Friday night football games coming up. We got an 8:30 deadline on Fridays. I don't like the chances of getting too many Friday night games in live, so they all go online. Yeah.
Are we starting high school football already this week? Are we kicking off this Friday?
I have no idea.
I think so.
Wow. College just started this weekend.
A lot of them are playing Thursday though because
of the holiday weekend.
Because of the holiday weekend. But there's more games on Thursday and Friday. But yes, the Gophers play, the Tommies play, And then the high schools.
I think I'm taking
70% of the high school.
I'm taking the boys Thursday night to the Gopher game.
By the way, what happened to your Jordan Brewers?
Couldn't hit the ball.
They didn't win a game.
No, they only had one. Yeah,
they only had the one
because they had the bye the first weekend. They just
got shut out by who?
Foley.
Foley.
Jackson.
Foley hadn't been in the state tournament a lot either, but that they're in that league. That's.
I ran into a couple of the fellas yesterday, and I was informed that the crowds have not been great at the old amateur tournament.
Now, they had a very good crowd. I was out at Gaylord. I was at the morning 11 o'clock game, and there was 100 people there on Saturday. But they had two defending champions, Laconia and Meadsville, on Friday night in an A game, and they had over 700 people.
Oh,
so
okay, good.
They did, but other games, I'm not sure how we're doing otherwise. Well,
because normally they'll put out tweets all the time bragging about crowd numbers, and they haven't been doing that much this tournament.
I learned in Gaylord, which God, that Walsh Field is gorgeous, isn't it? It's fantastic.
How many pork chops did you get?
I had one at the game and one for the road trip.
There you go.
And then I took the wife home a couple of brats. She's a brat fan.
Meanwhile, you were driving, you ate it?
No, I waited till I got home.
All right.
Yeah, because these smoked chops are fantastic. You know what a nice guy I am? I think I'm going to have to say this because nobody else will. So I'm leaving in the middle of the second game, right? Mm-hmm. Or third inning, the second game, because I'm done writing, or maybe the third game. And they don't take credit cards to get in.
I think that's fantastic.
Yes, but they have they have the modern mother with two children.
Right.
Ain't carrying cash around. It's all credit cards. And this gal is at the front, at the gate. She got a baby, in a carriage. Maybe, she's pushing it, so the kid sits up, so it's maybe a year old. And she's in a panic because she doesn't have any cash. She said, my husband's a coach. I got to have somebody go in there and get him and, get some money. And I said, what does it cost to have this as I'm walking by? I said, what does it cost to let this woman go to the game? And they said $10. So I took out a 10 and I said, let her in. And she said, you don't have to do that. I said, I know I don't, but I'm going to.
Right.
But guess what? They charged me another $1 for the baby.
You're kidding.
The twins don't even charge for a baby.
Oh, my God.
Another $1 for the baby. She says, I handed him the 10, and the woman says, I got to get another $1 out of you.
Holy mackerel.
You're kidding me. No, you know why they do that, by the way? They do that so that boosts the attendance numbers because that's how they judge the attendance.
Oh, okay.
So they'll occasionally come up to you. When we were hosting it 3 years ago, they said, do you want to buy another $20 worth of $1 tickets? And then we'll just let some of the kids come in.
Where does the money go?
To the state board.
What are they doing?
But what Reavers and those guys, when their town bids for them and their baseball association, you get the concession money.
Correct.
Right?
You get all the concession and the beer money.
And his mother was one of the great beer sales ladies of all time because she turned it into a competition.
Oh.
They kept beer standings there, and then.
Hey, Montgomery, you guys are down to Waterville. Let's get going here.
She came through the stands in about the 6th or 7th inning and basically told them, they're getting beat. They better buy more beers, And
then she created the trophy.
Does she still do it?
The beer trophy.
No, just for when we were hosting it a couple years ago. When we were hosting it with Dundas.
Yeah, it was because the beer lady, God love her, the morning game, there's nobody there. But she could have been sitting waiting for a bus at 5 a.m. There was nobody there. Nobody buying beer. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle.
Yeah, you do.
Well, can you get a coffee at that ballpark in the morning?
Sometimes you can get a coffee, but what? I think a can $4 maybe. Now,
well, at state tournament's a little bit more. Normally, you can do
I took Judd out a couple of years in a row, and he enjoyed very much the prices for beer at state amateur.
Yeah, it's the best bargain in town.
I don't know what their verdict is. They're they're stuck with this for 2 years to see if it works or not. But you have a buddy in complaining about being moved up. Our guy Joe Krieger.
Oh.
At Green Isle now, what did they want to be a C team? I suppose.
Correct, and they're a
they
B
went
team.
to B.
Yep.
They had 3 guys whose name appeared on a college roster. None of them ever played. None of them got an at bat, but somehow they were on. When the roster was issued in January of a year, that they appeared on a college roster. So none of them ever got into a college game, but they all count as points.
Oh, that's just so stupid.
Their point system just doesn't work. Your point system was the 30-some-year-old guy who was
he played
nice
an independent ball somewhere, and that threw us over the top.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the hell are we doing here?
I don't know.
It's a joke.
It is.
What are you going to do?
You didn't see my column, right?
I have not. I emailed it to myself. I haven't read it yet.
I haven't received much reaction because the state amateur crowd probably don't know. But I said the state baseball board, which has been using the Bureau rules of order for generations. Oh, that's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
It went by him. So anyway.
Carson Wentz.
How about that?
Man,
Did he win a Super Bowl?
you know
As a backup.
Yeah.
You know, well, the Philadelphia Eagles, who won here with Nick Foles, the reason he was playing that year is because this guy got hurt.
Yep.
Right? Wentz.
Yep.
And Wentz was a Pro Bowler.
He was almost going to win the MVP that year.
He had a great year. Nick Foles got hurt, and they all thought it was all over. And in fact, that's when I made my famous appearance on the Mel Kiper and somebody else show.
Okay.
After the Miracle, right? It was.
Yes.
After the Minneapolis Miracle, they had me on, and the Eagles had won their first game 9-3, right?
Over Atlanta.
9-3, one of the worst games ever. And I was saying, Vikings are going to beat these frauds by 3 touchdowns. Why, it's not even a contest. And they got beat 34-7 with Nick Foles because they decided to come out and throw the ball around. And then they came up here and Nick Foles won a shootout with Tom Brady.
Against Tom Brady.
So is he going to be? He's the official backup now.
He'll be in the quarterback.
What about Brosner?
Hey, I gotta say,
will he stay with the team?
I had a tweet that went viral
quarterback
because I said, and I mean it, he was the best quarterback in training camp for the Vikings, and I'm including
Over
McCarthy.
On Blue Sky, where controversy doesn't reign, I did say I approve of Carson Wentz as a pickup. He will make a fine veteran third stringer as McCarthy and Brosmer continue to battle for the starting job.
Yes.
Now, if you do that on Twitter, you get hey, you idiot.
Oh.
And Blue Sky, that is.
It's crickets.
It does crickets.
He's the North Dakota State guy.
Yes.
Wentz, yep.
Yes.
Wentz.
And a North Dakota native, right? A native.
And
son.
he grew up a huge Vikings fan.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Well, he's going to fit right in.
The amazing thing about him is he goes to North Dakota State. I think he had to sit for 2 years because they had that Brock Jensen, was it, who won 3 national championships?
Oh, did Easton Stick follow him?
Easton Stick then followed
Wentz. Oh, okay, okay.
I believe. But they had Easton Stick, who ended up, he was on a backup. He was a third-teamer somewhere in the league.
When Wentz signed, someone had tweeted out North Dakota State currently has 4 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yes.
It's Wentz, Easton Stick, Trey Lance, and I'm forgetting the other guy.
And Trey Lance only played 12 games. He played.
That's true.
This guy's only 32.
Yeah, he's a big old boy, man. He'll be fine. But you know what, Joe? This is going to come as a shock to you as a guy who covered sports for quite a while. They lie. Even the guys,
really?
even the coach that comes off as this gentlemanly father of 4.
Almost choir-like.
Nice, yes. He was saying, everybody's saying, Sam looked pretty. Oh, we've seen a lot of good things from Sam in practice. He's doing. O'Connell says he didn't have a good game, but he did. We're not in any hurry to get rid of Sam. We had he did a lot of good things in practice. He's really made progress. Boom. Meanwhile, they got him. They got him on a stand auction place saying, "Anybody give us anything? Anybody give us anything for this bum
before we cut him?"
Yes, right. They lied, Joe. They lied.
The thing is, though, they got him for basically nothing. They moved down like 6 spots. And they ended up getting 3 draft picks for him. That's
Howell. Who?
For Howell.
Not 3. No, they got 2.
I thought it was 3.
5th and a 7th.
Oh, okay. Well, to get anything for him, I thought was a pretty remarkable.
They gave up a 6th.
That's what it was. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what it was. There was 3, but they ended up getting a 5th, and then they got back a 7th that they just traded. I don't know what that they gave. They gave up a 7th that they'd gotten for Harrison Phillips or something. I don't know. We don't. This administration doesn't worry about those 7th
Spielman?
like our previous cheap ass, who just wanted to go. So anyway,
but we got a long layoff before because we don't.
Joe, it's a Monday. They open with a Monday nighter in Chicago.
A week from this coming Monday.
I think. I think
2 weeks from tonight.
I think for old time's sake, you and I should drive down there and walk through the Soldier Field drunken parking lot for an 8:30 kickoff.
Oh
man!
You're not going to have relatives at that one, are you? Don't they usually go to the Viking Bear game?
I have no idea if they're going to that one.
Okay.
I think one of Rookie's kids going or something. I don't know. No.
I don't know.
Somebody told me they were going.
Last time they got freaked out by the Bear fan who was dressed up like a bear. But a real bear. He had big yellow fangs, and it was terrible.
It was the 2 greatest walks in sports writing were the vet at Philadelphia, the old stadium, and then when they would recognize you, would have a bag so they'd recognize you as a sports writer, and would
they question some things,
especially when you were a big fella like me. When you weren't just a gay man.
Right.
Obesely fat gay man. And then Soldier Field, they used to make us park. Remember that? It was over some ramp like 3/4 of a mile away. It was a gauntlet of all time because they,
Did you see there was a preseason game? Was it in Kansas City? There was a Packer and a Bears fan that started a fight at a Chiefs game. And the Chiefs were playing like the Browns. I don't know who they're playing. Like, why would you go to a game and 2 teams you don't care about and then start a fight with another fan?
Who was the father that got in a fight just at a game?
Of a player?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Got banned. Somebody, the Eagles
that happened in the NBA,
banned.
I thought.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe
Oklahoma City Thunder's dad.
No, it was the guy for Indiana.
Whatever.
The point guard that got hurt.
Oh, Halliburton. Yeah, but no, this is a recent one. Recent.
Let me see if I can
think
find it.
Maybe it was a baseball fan.
Hey, are the Bears going to be good this year?
They tried to do what the Vikings did. Vikings are coming from 14 wins and they're coming from 6, but they went out and tried to get an offensive line to keep Caleb Williams alive from getting pounded all the time.
I'm seeing it was the father of a Kansas State quarterback that got into a fight because they were playing over in Dublin this weekend.
Had a game. Yes, they had a game in Ireland. That's bad. College football fans in a town based on alcohol is not a good idea. Kansas State lost, I believe, to
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yep.
That guy's a hell of a coach.
Yep.
At Campbell.
Did you guys see, by the way, my son and I noticed this because he's a big watcher of the Sports Center these days, and so we're kind of watching that and social media and things like that. Michael Penix Jr. Got up to the podium. He's now the starting quarterback, presumably, of the Atlanta Falcons, and the graphics person for, I believe it might have been the NBC affiliate of the Atlanta area, accidentally misspelled Michael Penix Jr.'s last name.
Really?
Where the X was replaced with an
Well,
S.
I would suspect that was done on purpose.
See, that's what my suspicion was as well, sir.
This is an intern just working in the summer.
Right.
He knows this is
He's
last
going back
week.
to college
Over anyway.
This is last weekend. Let's throw the S in here.
And my 13, soon to be 14-year-old son said, Dad, do you think they're going to put that on a jersey?
Somebody probably will.
And I
They'd
said,
sell a hell of a lot of them.
Oh, yes, they would. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Your Twins aren't doing well, Pat.
How about that week?
They
God
were lucky
almighty.
to win one against the Mighty Whiteys.
Yep.
But, the one strength that made this team better than the next team, the one strength you had as an advantage was your bullpen, right? Mm-hmm. Your last 5 guys in the bullpen, because Paloom or whatever his name was, the lefty, he doesn't throw real good, but he got everybody out. And then you had the other guys, the 4 right-handers. You traded them all, and we have started to see the rewards that we receive for that. You had the Abel guy.
Yep.
And he went 3 innings. He gave up, 6 runs in 2 innings, right?
Something like
then
that.
he got him out in the 3rd, and they said that's enough. And then yesterday, Taj Bradley, who you gave up Griffin Jacks for, he gave up 7. But he steadied and went 5 innings after he gave up 7.
Well,
and you know who was down?
He steadied after 7 runs.
You know who was down on the? His Dauber was down, even though he continued to talk incessantly. Was our guy Atterbury?
Oh, good.
He was saying he finally Perky, who's really good on him with him, says, this is not good. No.
Well, you can take,
this was as it was making outs after outs.
You're making, though, your team debut in a hostile environment in Chicago in front of 2,000 fans.
I'm not a big expert on this OPS in general, but OPS plus, and I think that's like, I don't know what it
What's
accounts
OPS?
On base plus slugging percentage.
Plus slugging.
BS.
Yeah. But then OPS plus, I think, must figure
I'm
in
not doing any pluses.
walks and stuff
It's
like
like
that.
ESPN and ESPN
But
Plus.
OPS, okay, plus apparently is 100. It's if you're around 100, 80, 90, 100, you're okay. Mickey Gasper, the guy with the mustache,
Yeah.
one. And I don't think you can get 0.
It's mathematically impossible.
He's 1.
1.
He's old. And they were talking about, he and Perky were talking, gee, he's a popular guy. And then Atterbury lets it slip that he's 0 for 26. And this year, he's like 3 for... What is he for the season?
I'll pull up his thing
maybe
right
the
now.
time.
Did he come over in the house cleaning?
No,
we had him.
We landed him ahead of time.
Oh.
Landed him.
Yeah, I
We've
think
had
we
him.
flamed him out. We have
His batting average is 115.
Okay, so
Oh,
he's
my
what,
God, I
3
didn't
for
realize
what?
how bad
3
it
for
was.
what?
Was he ever hit anywhere?
St. Paul, he wasn't
For
bad.
the 2025 regular season, Patrick,
Yes.
in 61 at-bats, I see 7 hits
Oh, he's got 7.
in
okay.
61 at-bats.
And that's he's.
But let me pull up his. I pulled up his
you
runs.
can't. They won't get rid of him. I don't.
Well, he's versatile. He can play catcher.
He can make it out as a catcher. He can make it out as a outfielder. He's got. What is he here for?
Why are you here?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he would.
Did my little
We gotta
short
get-
order cook
we-
pitch yesterday?
gotta-
No, he got released.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. They, the gal who chased me out of the Hubbard away from the picnic table,
Yeah.
she would. We got to get her to go down to the dugout and say, well, are you supposed to be here, Mickey?
I'm seeing 7 hits. 6 of them are singles.
Yes.
1 is a double.
Yes. But will he be on the? Will he be there again? They called up another catcher last week, but then they sent him back and kept Mickey. They like Mickey. You know, have you seen Mickey? She got the mustache. She got the 70s disco mustache.
How do you like that pitching staff going up to Toronto for 3 games?
Oh, let's go get him. Joe Ryan tonight. And then another Blue Sky send out of mine, which received no attention. I said, with Abel and Bradley have now established themselves as members of next year's rotation, that makes it more likely Joe Ryan will be traded for some assets. Nothing happened. But I'm not going back to Twitter. I don't care. I vowed to stay off it, so I don't care.
Wow.
How is it these days? Nasty?
It depends. I mean, I know it's all NFL all the time now.
Okay, it is. Okay.
But I still enjoy it. I still get a chuckle every now and again.
Yeah. Okay.
We do miss you, though. That's for sure. I mean, this run that the Twins are having was made for Royce.
Made for abuse, right? We're, you know what you were asking me about varsity, Joe, and what's that?
Yeah.
We've found out people like to read top 25, so we've had it for every sport and in the state. And I got a hunch that we're going to have the mid-season top 25s and the postseason top 25s. Lists are very big in the new journalism. We like those lists.
Does that address the absence of attention spans?
Probably.
A list is you can handle a list.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the one reason I left Twitter was because people commented without even just on the summary that they saw. That when it was posted, when a story was posted online, and they would say something about they would give you a fact that was in the second paragraph that was already repeated. So then I said, I'm not doing this. You gotta make an effort. You gotta read 4 or 5 paragraphs before I'm gonna deal with you. So anyway, what? You're back at the fair Friday, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, nice turnout, I thought, for considering the short time that you're going to be there. You only get an hour, right?
Yes. TV runs a real tight ship.
Really? Wow.
And they got a gal in charge, and she's in charge.
She ain't messing around.
Kate, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing,
Yep.
and she said, "Look, here's the deal," and you got to do it that way.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And is there an escape route? Not quite as obvious as.
Can we tell you one little logistics thing that we ran into Friday, Pat?
What?
So in the TV booth, it's kind of centered. And when the morning show does their show, they kind of face one way, and the Twin Cities Live crew faces another way. And the boss said, well, we can't have Joe facing that way because the giant spinning wheel is going to cause him to stare at the entire show. So let's let him face that way.
What?
It's like a prize
You know what
wheel.
they told me? They didn't tell me that. They said, we're turning you around because it's not raining. They were worried I'd get hypnotized.
Yes.
The spinning wheel.
The spinning wheel.
Right. So the wheel spins all day long when there's not a show going on?
No,
You can walk in and you take your... I would have been fine.
What are you trying to win? A T-shirt?
Oh, a T-shirt or a coffee mug or something like that.
I would have been fine.
I love that was the reason given.
No, they told me, we're turning you around. It's not raining. Everything will be fine.
Yes. Not going to rain all week, right?
No, it's going to be beautiful.
They should set an all-time attendance record.
They should.
Well, I got to tell you, I forgot to mention, I ran into our guy, Tim Cheetah. He said to say hello to both you guys.
How's he doing up there?
Giggles, you could not find.
They beat him away with a stick.
Oh, you couldn't find an empty
Giggles
seat.
now makes more money at the State Fair in 12 days than he made when he ran a bar for the entire year.
Unbelievable. We got there at 4th. Mike Fredoloni.
I think Cheetah's the manager, isn't
yes.
he?
He came over, tapped me on the shoulder, said, "You need a beer, Reeves?" I said, "Sure, I'll take one from you." But
Gary's probably got to do the same thing.
I couldn't believe it was 5:00-ish on Friday, and there was not an empty seat in that place, both under the rooftop and then outside where they were where you're in the elements. You couldn't get anywhere.
I still want to own the big slide.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
The big slide. I was talking about it.
Really isn't much overhead, is there?
No.
A few carpet scraps.
We were talking about it when the new Target Center is built somewhere. Mm-hmm. They should be the sponsor. Big Slide Arena.
There you go.
We now are going to have Grand Casino Arena.
Yep.
I heard $10 million a year. Somebody told me $10 million total for 5 years. I don't think I.
No way, that cheap?
No, I heard $10 million a year because Grand Casino didn't want Treasure Island to get it.
Oh,
because they're both trying to position themselves for what if we ever allow
get sports gambling
in this state. But it's and unless the lefties allow the racetracks to get some of the take, and to have some of the places to have it, because you got enough Republicans that aren't going to do it on religious grounds, so vote against it. So there's no way they're going to get it passed unless they cut the racetracks in for, the tribes don't have to be that big of pigs that they want the whole 100%. But so anyway. I don't think sports gambling has turned out to be as profitable for the casinos as they thought it was going to be, though, because the DraftKings and FanDuel and the people, the runners of it, keep all the damn money for themselves.
They pretty much do, yeah.
They're hogs. So,
you want us to sell us a car?
Dang right I do.
With the Valley Group of GM dealers?
Yes, I remember. I know my, I might be looking like a vagrant out there.
I was going to ask if you have a friend. If you have a friend over here.
Yes, I don't have
a friend in the building.
You know what you should have told that lady? You should have said, I'm here to do a Buick commercial.
Yes, right.
Just watch her call the cops.
Yeah, right. Jim Paul and Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers straight down Cedar Avenue, 140th. I believe I want to right down there, 140th, right off the right side as you're going down Cedar. A load of Buick SUVs, low prices, also factory rebates, discounts on the interest rates, everything going on there. And the quality of the Buick SUV is unquestioned. There's 3 or 4 varieties, and they are terrific machines. There are a lot of inventory right now. Go out there and take a look. You can have the kid. You can have the 16-year-old who got the driver's license a few months ago, driving that new SUV to the new Invista to the school when it opens next Tuesday. So Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers. I can't recommend them highly enough. I think I have my last 6 or 7 cars I've bought out there. So, and the financial guy will make it not hurt. You will be able to handle the finances on it too. Jim Paul and Brett Paul, Buick dealer in Apple Valley on Cedar Avenue.